Hello everyone. So I know it's a bit late for a Matt's What It Is Twitter recap part 2, but I've been pretty busy these past few weeks, so I wasn't able to finish the video until now. But with that out of the way, let's get right into the first tweet, starting off with one by Willie Mac Show, criticizing what PewDiePie said about the situation in his Pew News episode.
You guys want to hear something that I never expected?
The videos that got demonetized from Jessica are gymnastic videos of a 5-year-old. I'm sorry, but maybe you can live without them being monetized.
What? Why? Why is that a bad thing? Why can't she have her videos monetized of her family vlogs of her son doing gymnastics? I don't fucking get it. I don't get it, PewDiePie. Is it because the kid's wearing like spandex or something? Is that why it's weird to you? Does that mean I couldn't film videos of me at my cross-country track meets because me and my high school team were wearing shorts? Dude, it's just a sport. 90% of people don't look at a kid doing gymnastics, anyone doing gymnastics, or anybody swimming, or kids running on a team wearing shorts as fucking sexual. If it's the family's income, right? I don't know. Why the fuck is that bad? Why is he was speaking such common sense, and then he says something like that, and it just makes me wonder, like, why? You know? This whole YouTube, I think, reacted in the best, most rational way they could when it came to dealing with advertisers leaving and Matt What It Is, doing what he's doing. But she has every right to be upset here. This Jessica Bollinger.
It seems kind of questionable already. Even if they are advertiser friendly, given the circumstance, obviously they could be problematic.
How? Is it because there's some old dude waking it off to his fucking computer screen? Is that why? It's not problematic for the kid. What's problematic for the kid and the family is that they aren't making money anymore. That's the only thing that I find problematic. Yeah, there's some old dude being creepy on the internet. Whoa! Oh, what? Can any of you guys believe this? There's a creepy dude on the internet. Whoa!
What's up, Willie? I have been called. Not really, but I wanted to respond because you kind of argue a point that I never made. I never said whether the video should be monetized or demonetized. Never talked about that. All I said was that it's kind of questionable content and that it's not that big of a deal. So let me elaborate on that. It's not that big of a deal that these videos got demonetized because generally old videos generate very little revenue. So to have old videos demonetized should have very little significance, at least financially. Now, whether it was right or wrong for these videos to get demonetized is a completely different issue. I think YouTube had to act swiftly. I don't think they're setting a precedent. I think they just had to do something. Otherwise, things could be much, much, much worse. So putting that in perspective to what happened here with this girl, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I really don't. If I had to choose, I would say the videos should be monetized. But again, given the circumstance, I think these videos fit more or less at least what the issue is right now. So I get that it's annoying. I get that it's unfair, but it could be so much worse. That was my point.
Hey Felix, you respond in class as always, man, but hold on. Let's compare some clips.
What's up, Willie? I have been called. Not really, but I wanted to respond because you kind of argue a point that I never made. I never said whether the video should be monetized or demonetized. Never talked about that. All I said was that it's kind of questionable content and that it's not that big of a deal. So let me elaborate on that. It's not that big of a deal that these videos got.
Oh, fuck.
So let me elaborate on that. It's not that big of a deal that these videos got.
Every time. Just load.
Because generally, old videos generate very little revenue. So to have old videos demonetized should have very little significance, at least financially. Now, whether it was right or wrong for these videos to get demonetized is a completely different issue. I think YouTube had to act swiftly.
Yeah, we agree on the second half of the video where he goes on about YouTube and you know, the changes they made and what they had to do. But as for that first half, that's not what I got from your video at all, man. Like, if that's the case, then I'm a fucking idiot. Let's see what he actually had to say again.
Videos that got demonetized from Jessica are gymnastic videos of a 5-year-old. I'm sorry, but maybe you can live without them being monetized. It seems kind of questionable already, even if they are advertiser friendly, given the circumstance. Obviously, they could be problematic. I think I have the right to talk about this because pretty much exact same thing happened to me, just in a different context of me making jokes. Okay, it's not the exact same thing, but basically I made jokes about Jews and then you had actual anti-Semite taking it seriously, and that caused a bunch of problems for me and the site.
So when you said you think you have the right to talk about this based on what happened with you in the Wall Street Journal, and real racists taking your jokes seriously, you weren't making a comparison to her uploading videos and real pedophiles taking her videos seriously. Oh, you were just talking about advertisements! I had no idea! How could I make that comparison? Now, I ran out of time in my other video. I know I ended that in kind of a smart-ass way, but I have no idea how you could draw the conclusion you made in your Twitter video about, you know, having a video demonetized that's old doesn't matter anyway, to what you actually said. I mean, you gotta think about it, man. 99% of your audience isn't YouTubers and don't make money off of it, right? I don't make any money off YouTube. I've been on YouTube for like 6 years and made $3. I can't even pull it out of the account because you need a $100 minimum to do it. So when you compare it to the Wall Street Journal, I have no idea how me or anybody else is supposed to make that conclusion. But I mean, honestly, I think you're being honest. Maybe your editor cut it up differently and cut it up weird. I do not think that family vlogging channel is in any money hole whatsoever. They have over 1 million subs. I'm sure they got money saved up. And from what I understand, the dad of the family worked for Fox for ages and was a bigwig producer. They are not who people are worried about. It's the president that sets for everybody else. You could see how I was concerned with how you worded that. I mean, thanks for the response, dude. You're a genuine guy. I'm sure. I don't know. I just don't think that's what you were saying yesterday. But hey, I'm not you.
PewDiePie then responds by saying, "It's a complicated situation. I could have expressed myself better. Still stand by my original point, but I'm in DMs if you feel like discussing it further." We also had some YouTubers reply to this tweet. Lord Vega said that Willie Mac show was making a good point. And then Kavos also said that he was making a solid argument, to which he replied, "We talked about it, and he's a good guy." And he actually hinted at what him and PewDiePie talked about in the DMs, when later that day he went on to Shot from the Point.
He goes, like, let's take it to the DMs and talk about it. Mm-hmm. And when I heard his point of view, it made sense. He essentially said, I didn't express myself correctly, but I was, and he goes, and you are 100% in the right. He's like, I think you're in the right.
Okay.
He goes, but I was talking about from a business perspective of how YouTube's handling it to try and keep ads on the platform.
Situations like these are why I respect PewDiePie so much. Even though he has no reason or obligation to respond to Willie Mac, he still decided to do so. And not only that, but he admitted he was wrong at the end of it. The amount of humility that takes while being a creator of that size is just something you don't really see that often. Like, if you just compare him to Rice Gum, you would never see him do something like that. But I might also be a bit biased towards PewDiePie because he did credit me for some Matt's What It Is footage in that same video. And speaking of that footage that I posted on Twitter, it gained obviously a lot of traction if PewDiePie of all people saw it, and he wasn't the only person to respond to it. This tweet says, "The worst part about the new Adpocalypse is that it wasn't an accident. Matt knew what he was doing from the beginning. He's purposefully trying to kill ads on YouTube."
When you think about those videos, the ElsaGate videos, they're like a joke compared to what I've discovered. But those videos were the cause of a huge amount of advertisers leaving YouTube. So what I have done is I've compiled evidence of big brands like Dodge Ram, McDonald's, Disney, Lysol, Grammarly. I mean, you see it at the end of that video of mine. I can't imagine what these brands are going to say about their content appearing on these kinds of videos. It's weird to say, but I want to make it look bad for YouTube. I want to make it look very bad for YouTube. Like this is beyond, if this affects content creators on YouTube and it makes it harder for them to, it's already difficult for somebody to make money on YouTube. If you're a person like, that's a dream that frankly, I don't know how you people, and that sucks because I like YouTube. I like content creators who are already getting screwed up the ass big time. Awesome. Now again, look, guys, this means that YouTubers are going to suffer, unfortunately. But that, like...
To which I follow up by saying, when he says, awesome, to the advertisers pulling out, it legit makes my blood boil. Fuck this guy. Our first response here is from Wild Spartans, who says, wow, what a respectable young man. The hero we need. Cavo says, watching this makes me so angry. Quackity HQ says, I want to make it look bad for YouTube. I want to make it look very bad for YouTube. Wow. I never quotes the tweet and says, I would not be upset if this man got hit by a large vehicle. I'm not requesting that it would happen, but I'm just saying I would not be too upset if it did happen. We have a couple more tweets from him, one of which says, I would not complain if something physically bad happened to match what it is. Disney. We're pulling ads from YouTube due to a supposed pedophile ring in certain comment sections on the website. Also Disney. Disney under fire for hiring convicted pedophiles to work on kids shows. Yikes. And then Black Wolf Company responds, when you become the most hated man on YouTube and achieve absolutely nothing in the process. Oh my god, Matt. You... Whew, what an accomplished man. That is the face of a winner right there. Speaking of Black Wolf Company, here's a Twitter thread he made regarding how Matt and other people are telling YouTubers to get a real job.
Again, dude, here's your problem. You're thinking, but my monetization. There you go.
I honestly don't understand how people can say YouTubers should get a real job. YouTube is essentially the same, if not harder, than that of television networks and studios. Some creators are a one-man writing, producing, directing, editing, and distributing unit. The people who say that those who create content for the largest online internet platform ever should get real jobs because of the current situation regarding the potential loss of substantial revenue for their unpaid work are highly ignorant and very disrespectful. As a person who isn't allowed the luxury of being able to focus my full-time efforts on YouTube, I would love to be able to make enough per month to sustain me financially. However, the situation regarding YouTube and the threat of advertisers leaving puts this idea to rest. The sad thing is that there are a lot of small creators who put so much time and effort into their work, and they do it unpaid. They do it for the passion of creating, and they want to make a career in the field of media. Monetization and earning something from their work is a goal for them to reach, and every year it gets further and further away. Being an entertainer, an educator, an informer are all real-world applications, real jobs. YouTube is full of people that fit these categories. So why are they denounced as having a real profession? You can lay concrete all you want, build houses, fix sinks, but at the end of the day, when you're done working your real job, you are more than likely going to read, watch, or play something created by someone. Something that entertains you. YouTubers are the exact same thing, so start treating them like that. Some people on the platform have it easier than others, but they have also built an audience that watches them. YouTube is where people discover careers, and also build their own brand. It all started because they worked for nothing, and then they earned their money. So if I go see another get a real job comment, tweet, or statement, I will without hesitation shove a newspaper down your throat so you can understand that you're consuming content from someone with a real job. Much like how people consume content from YouTube content creators. Very well said. Now, Black Wolf Company definitely isn't the most influential and big YouTuber out there, and his Twitter following isn't the biggest, but I always definitely enjoy reading out his tweets for these videos just because they're super intellectual and smart. He's one of those Twitter accounts where whenever they do tweet, it's definitely worth your time to pay attention to it. Most of the time, Now, there are more tweets regarding this scenario, but I'm going to leave it for another video because it turns into a Twitter fight that gets pretty spicy between me and Keem, I'm not going to lie, and I do want to dedicate that to its own video to fully recap it for you guys. So subscribe to this YouTube channel so you don't miss out on that, and be sure to follow me on Twitter if you want to see all this drama unfold in real time. I'd like to take this time to thank every one of you for subscribing. We're already at 12,600 subscribers. Absolutely insane. Well, maybe it's not that insane, but to me it actually means a lot to have such a high subscriber count, especially with how long I've been doing YouTube, so thank you guys so much. I've been Bowblax, and I'll see you in another video.